Hello, people. No intro on this one. I'm recording this on the 19th of December, and I'll probably put it out today. And we're sort of pretty close to Christmas. And around about this time, I notice a little bit of a drop, maybe like, I don't know, 25% to 50% drop in views on my channel. In my coaching group, a lot of people just don't post for a week or two over Christmas because they're obviously with family, they're taking a break. On dating apps, the vast majority of women that I might match with, I basically turn dating apps off over Christmas because any women that I match with are usually just too busy, and nobody really, or a lot of people don't meet this close to Christmas. They sort of say, wait till after New Year's. There's even a girl that we just started seeing or that we slept with once so far, and she said the same thing. She said, hey, hit me up over or after New Year's and maybe we'll catch up and have some fun then. So we're coming into this time of year when things start to drop off a little bit, and people definitely drop off with their self-improvement. You know, they say, I'll start next year, I'll set some New Year's resolution, I'll get started then. And this is my message to any of you who are not with family, or maybe you're with family, but you really feel like keeping your self-improvement going. Maybe you're feeling a little bit lonely over Christmas. I myself have often felt loneliness in the past. My family are, I think I calculated it once, it's like 4,000 miles away or something. They're literally as far away on the other side of the country as possible. And so I don't really see my family that often, maybe every 2 or 3 years. And I usually don't spend Christmas with them. And my girlfriend Imogen goes with her family. She every year goes back to see her family. And I could, but it's a long way to travel. And to be honest, I kind of like working on self-improvement and still keeping this journey going, I guess, over the Christmas break. So I could visit them. I don't want to. I've chosen to. But I do often feel a little bit of loneliness sometimes. You know, the entire rest of the world is enjoying, or it feels like the entire rest of the world is enjoying Christmas and they're doing things and they're with their family. It's a season of family and all of that. And I love all those aspects of it. But I have often felt like everybody's out there, they're all doing their stuff, and I'm here. And not that there's anything wrong with being alone, but I'm sure a lot of you were in that same situation or that same maybe feeling of everybody else is doing stuff. What do I do with my free time? And so maybe over the next, 5 or 6 days, I'm going to release maybe a video a day, and it'll just be for any of you that want to. And if you didn't want to, you'd be with your family, but any of you that want to hang out. I have no idea what we're going to talk about. These are going to be completely unscripted. I'll probably just sit down and talk about whatever the hell I feel like talking about. They could be 5-minute long videos. They could be 1 hour long videos. I don't really know, but I'll record a few of them. I'll schedule them out over the next week or two. And any of you that maybe are feeling a little bit lost or a little bit alone or a little bit like, man, everybody else is spending time with family and I'm sort of not. What I would recommend or what I would suggest you can do if you want to is leave a comment. You can sort of talk about what you're up to, maybe your plans for Christmas. If you have no plans for Christmas, just say what you want to, if you're going to sit there and play video games, just say that. And leave a comment down below. I will reply to everything, and I'm sure other people will jump in as well. I did this same thing last year. I went away with one of my friends, and I'm doing the same this year. So one of my friends also doesn't really spend time with his family, is kind of estranged from his family, cut off from his family. And so now for the last couple of Christmases, he and I have just said, bro, why don't we just do a Christmas together, you and me? And so we go somewhere like out in the woods or out in the bush, or, this year we're going to he's got like a little, house that he rents or that he lives in. And it's sort of in nature. It's very chill and very quiet. There's not many people there. So we usually just hang out and we talk about the meaning of life, or we meditate. Last time we spent 5 days basically it really felt like meditating. We'd have these long, hour-long periods of time, sometimes a couple of hours, where neither of us would say anything. We'd just sit there in silence. It was fucking magical. It was amazing. So anyway, I'm going to be spending that time with him. And last year, what I did when I spent the time with him as well is I said to all of you, if any of you are alone, leave a comment, say what you're going to do on Christmas, and I'll reply to everything. And I did. There was like 10 or so people that replied, and a couple of people said, I'm just going to spend the day playing video games. I don't have any family, but I'm going to play this game and this game and this game, and fuck it, I'll have a good time. And so I said to everybody, say what you're going to do to have a positive day. Like, don't sit there. You can do whatever you want, but You don't have to sit there and feel lonely and go, fuck, I'm all alone. Everyone else is spending time with their family and I'm just here by myself. So if you're in that same boat this year, if you're feeling like everybody else is with their family and they're doing cool stuff and they're singing Christmas carols and throwing snow, or if you live where I live, where it's summer right now, they're throwing, what's the equivalent? Sand at each. I don't know. They're doing summer shit. They're having a barbecue on the beach. But if you feel like everybody is out doing cool stuff and you're not, you are very welcome to leave a comment and come up with like 1 or 2 positive things that you're going to do over the next 7 days as we lead into Christmas, and maybe on Christmas Day as well, what you're going to do to have a fun time. Like I said, I myself am going to go spend it with my friend, my best friend, and we don't really have any plans. We're probably just going to fucking talk about the meaning of life and talk about a new relationship that he's been in for the last 6 months or something at this point, and what he wants to do with that, how he's going to build that, and that self-improvement mindset and all of that sort of stuff. So if you're in that same boat, you are very welcome to leave a comment. I guess the reason that I'm doing this is I've always felt sort of alone on Christmas, and less so these days, because I've taken that proactive step of reaching out to my friend and saying, hey dude, I feel alone at Christmas, do you? And he's like, yes, I fucking do. Okay, what if we just spend Christmas together? So any of you that are in the same situation, you might be able to do that as well. Reach out to one of your friends and say, bro, do you want to do something this Christmas? Or any of your friends who do have family, be like, yo, would it be an imposition if I came with you? Would your family like that? Would you like that? And feel free to say no, but could I? You might be surprised that some people say yes. But anyway, if after all of that you still don't have anyone to spend it with, I kind of don't want you to feel alone, because I've definitely felt like that for a lot of years. Like I said, not so much the last 2 years, but for maybe the 10 years before that, I felt alone every single Christmas. And I didn't always have the tools to deal with it. I didn't have the stoicism. I didn't have the play to win mindset and all of the shit that we talk about on this channel. I didn't have the peace and the love and the Byron Katie stuff and the David Hawkins stuff. And so I would just sit there feeling really alone, really sad. And the usual thing that I was using, at that time for the last 8 years is, okay, well, if I'm feeling a bit lonely, I can just go on Tinder and Hinge and meet new people, and there's some social and there's some sex, and then I can get to know someone and have some fun there. But over Christmas, a lot of people are busy. Most people are busy. And so I would just sit there on Christmas and feel very alone. And like I said, less so the last couple of years. I'd say less so the last 3 years as well, because I'm quite comfortable being alone now. I'm quite comfortable meditating and just being by myself, but I wasn't in the past. And so if you're feeling like that, you don't have to be alone. You can leave a comment, and I promise I will reply to everything. You can reach out to friends. You can just sort of be part of this little community. And I guess we can sort of make, I will be with my friend, but I promise I'll reply to everything. We can make a little group of men and women for the next 7 days that are feeling a little bit alone, but at least they have each other. So like I said, feel free to leave a comment down below if you want to. If not, if you are going to spend it with your friends, or if you are going to spend it with your family, I hope you have an amazing week. You don't have to delay your self-improvement until, January 2nd, when you wake up and you go, fuck, New Year's resolution, let's go. You can still make progress over the next 2 weeks. So if you are someone that is alone, maybe I'll do a separate video on this and I'll release it tomorrow. But there are a lot of things that you can still do to be productive. And if you are spending time with friends and family, I think a lot of people go, okay, over Christmas and New Year's, I'm going to gain weight because I'm going to be eating all this food. And it's like, well, does that have to be true? You can gain weight if you want to, by the way. There's nothing wrong with that. But it doesn't have to be a default assumption. It doesn't have to be true. I usually lose weight or maintain over Christmas because I go in with a clear intention. And I tell all of my friends and family so they can support me with that. And I say, hey, I want to maintain my weight over the next 2 weeks. So it would really mean a lot to me if, as best you can, try not to just force a lot of food on me. If you can do that for me, I would love that. If not, that's okay. It's not your job to be my fucking personal trainer or something. But I would really love it if you didn't try and force too much food on me, because I'm going to try and maintain weight. So yeah, the point is, over the next 2 weeks, there are a lot of things you can do to still make progress. You can sit there and daydream about your goals if you are with your family, and so you feel like, yeah, I can't go out and actually take some action because I'm with my family. Beautiful. Maybe every day you just wake up and have one intention, or think of one intentional thought towards your goals. Even if you just sit there and fantasize about your goals and how you're going to make all this progress, when you start in January, whenever you stop seeing your family, maybe you can start writing down a plan of what you're going to do. Maybe you can start Googling and researching a little bit of what you're going to do. You can start looking up gyms in your area if you want to lose weight. Whatever goal that you might have, you can start making progress towards that. And by the way, you don't have to do that, but I'm giving you that option. I'm saying that it's there. Again, I think a lot of people come into December, even November sometimes, but they come into December and they just by default say, yeah, my goals are going to have to just wait. I'm not going to make any progress. And to be clear, I've had a couple of people sign up for the coaching program in December. And so there are people that get to December and they realize, oh shit, I can still make progress right now. And those are usually the people that have the biggest success of all. If you're able to take action right now over Christmas week, you're literally showing yourself, okay, my goals are so important to me. They're a priority to me. I've made them a priority. I don't have to wait until everything is perfect. I can take action even when circumstances aren't perfect. Even if all that action is once a day sitting there for 5 minutes thinking about your goal, that is so much more than zero. And I think a lot of people take zero action towards their goals over Christmas, and you're just sort of making it harder on yourself when you come into January and you have to sort of get started again. It's like you've lost the momentum. You're now pushing against inertia. You've just spent the last couple of weeks or the last couple of months even sometimes not doing anything. It's way harder to get started. So at the end of the day, you can do whatever you want, but I always try and, I do. I always keep taking action. Even on Christmas Day, I wake up, I just spend 5 minutes being grateful for my goals. I spend 5 minutes thinking about what I'm going to do over the next week. I spend 5 minutes, connecting to all the people that have helped me. And I say, hey, thanks for helping me with this. Thanks for pushing me with this. I reach out to all of you guys and say, thank you. I'm grateful. So I am grateful for you. This is me saying it now. But yeah, at the end of the day, do whatever you want to do. So leave a comment if you would like. I will probably do a video tomorrow. Honestly, I'm probably just going to record it now and post it for tomorrow, schedule it for tomorrow, but I will do a bunch of content over the next week. As always, ladies and gentlemen, go out there, crush those goals. And if you don't crush any goals for the next week or two, that's okay too. You don't have to work on your goals 24/7. I take a day off every single week. Sometimes I take more than one day off. You're allowed to take a break over Christmas. This is me just saying, if you want to, you're allowed to still make progress over Christmas as well.